Hello there.
Well, hello, beautiful.
Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to an exciting episode of Fandom Fights. Two of my favorite people here to play today. We got Antonio Chavez going up against Zaddeus Smith. Both of them have found themselves at an even record. Zaddeus, incredible comeback story, was like 2-7 a long time ago. Has gotten his record up to 8-8. Antonio's always been hovering around this sort of middle ground, just sort of waiting to take off. Finds himself at 7-7. I'm excited to see what happens today. Hopefully you are too. Let's hear from the players and the promos.
7-7. That's always the definition of mid for me, but I think this is where I start my streak. I appreciate the respect that everyone's given me in this league, but I always feel like I still have yet to earn it, and I always want to just back it up. And I feel like tonight is where it starts, changing in my favor. I really want to start the streak. Zaddeus is only in my way. He's a cool guy, but right now he's in my way to starting the streak. Where finally I can hopefully be a lot above 500 because I hate hovering around 500 now. It's the definition of mediocre, definition of mid, at least to me. And I've been in this league way too long to stay around there. So let's get this started. I want to start the streak right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's me. It's the ZADD, and I'm here back in the Fandom arena with Mr. AC Antonio Chavez. As a matter of fact, the only AC I respect these days, and not counting you, Mr. Aquabro, AC Arthur Curry, or either you too, Mr. AC Slater. Yeah, Mr. Esther, we all about it. But here, listen, I go off course because tonight is all about the two of us, and we're both in that 500 range, so both of us want to get over that hump, and we want to break that 500 curse. So one of us is going to be there at the end of the night, and one of us is going to be back. But I think the most important thing is we're just going to have a great match between each other, and we're going to have a great match for you, the people.
I said it before about Zaddeus joining the long list of people who have played a Fandom Fights match from a car. I'm sure someone will write an article about it someday, but I'm excited to see this match. I think they set the stage pretty well, so let's see how it goes. Starting with round number one. Round number one is going to work like this. There's going to be 10 questions in the realm of Fandom Fights. Each player is going to have 15 seconds to write down their answer. At the end of 15 seconds, I'll say pens down, at which point the players will reveal their answer and say it aloud. Each correct answer is worth 1 point apiece. Should any individual player get all 10 questions correct in round number one, they would receive a bonus question. Each player will have 3 repeats, 1 challenge for the entirety of the match. Players, any questions as we get into round number one?
No questions.
All right, your first question comes in the category of the Wizarding World. What is the name of Harry's owl who dies in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1? Sad. Not to give hints to the scene, but this was maybe the saddest moment in this entire series.
There may be one in this actual movie that I think tops it, but
Yeah, I have one person that tops it.
4, 3, that's fair. 2, 1, pens down, go to Zaddeus.
Hedwig.
And Antonio.
Rest in peace, Hedwig.
Hedwig is correct. Point apiece. So we move to the next question, which comes in the category of Criminal Underworld. In 2001's Ocean's 11, despite the fact that Benedict couldn't prove that Danny had anything to do with the heist, he still has Danny arrested for what reason? Take a general answer. These are good films. I've watched them all. I'm glad they were added. Really helps to offset some of the garbage we threw in. And there is a fair share of that as well. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Antonio.
He is in violation of his parole.
And Zaddeus.
Hopefully it's the same thing. Breaking parole.
Breaking parole is correct. Leaving New Jersey's the parole. Yes, correct.
I love New Jersey.
2 points apiece as we move to the next question, which comes in the category of YA. Who plays Dean Highbottom, co-inventor of the games in The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes? New film. Not bad. 2/3 good, I would say. 1/3 it was kind of like, stop. This should be a sequel.
Yeah, 1/3 was completely unnecessary.
It like ended and then it kept going, and I was like, why is this not the second movie? And
Yeah, it's a bit too long.
Yeah, very much so.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Zaddeus.
I hope this is the right character. Viola Davis.
And Antonio.
I got the wrong one. Peter Dinklage?
Peter Dinklage is the correct answer. So Antonio will draw first blood, take the first lead at 3-2. As we get to the next question, which comes in the category of James Bond. What James Bond film features the villain executing Project Grand Slam, which would see him attacking Fort Knox? I used to play Little League. Never hit a grand slam. Hit a home run once. Didn't know it was a home run. Got to like second before the shortstop was like, "Hey, good job," and I was like, "You don't know the feeling. You just sort of like you're like, oh, I hit it. I should run fast," and then you get there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Go to Antonio.
Goldfinger?
And Zaddeus.
Only because you mentioned Fort Knox. Goldfinger.
Goldfinger is correct. 4-3. Zoom to the next question, which comes in the category of Marvel. Which Marvel character has the real name Eric Lensher? I said that. That's correct. I found this mini Spider-Man outside the other day.
Outside? Like on the road?
Like outside, like in the grass.
Wow.
And I was like, I'm gonna put this on my desk now. So there it lives. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. I realized the category was Marvel. I probably shouldn't be talking about Spider-Man, but we'll go to Antonio.
Magneto.
And Zaddeus.
I almost overdone this. Magneto.
Magneto is correct. 5-4. 1 point game still. Let's move to the next question, which comes in the category of creature features. What type of dinosaur kills game warden Robert Muldoon in Jurassic Park? It's a badass name. Muldoon. Actually, it's either a badass name or it sounds kind of like it would be like a Sherlock Holmes villain.
Yeah. Something in the Sir Arthur Conan Doyle era.
Yeah, I agree. Actually, I've changed my mind. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Zaddeus.
I hope it was that clever girl, Velociraptor.
And Antonio.
You took my joke. Velociraptor.
Is correct. Keeping pace here, 6-5. Let's move to the next question, which comes in the category of Star Wars. What Star Wars film features performances from Matt Lanter, D. Bradley Baker, Samuel L. Jackson, and Tom Kane? I like Star Wars. I don't even know anymore if I like Star Wars, to be quite honest.
Wow.
Like I had been saying that all my life, and now it's kind of like more than half of it. I don't think I like very much. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Zaddeus.
I said the Clone Wars movie, but I'm wrong, I think.
And Antonio.
Yeah, Star Wars, the Clone Wars.
Star Wars: The Clone Wars is correct. Zaddeus, unfortunately, I don't think we can take your answer because it's not called the Clone Wars movie.
Oh, really?
It's called the Clone Wars, but it sucks. But I don't think we can take that. And I only say that because that same thing has happened before.
Okay.
So heartbreaker, but Antonio will get that point. Zaddeus will not. It's 7-5. as we move to the next question, which comes in the category of sci-fi icons. What is the first name of the girl who is in possession of Bumblebee and has him live with her in Bumblebee? This was a good... If all the Transformers films were like this, I would be a Transformers fan.
I agree.
But for some reason, only this one is the way they made the decision. Then they went right back to doing their old nonsense. It's like you had the formula, and then you just reverted back and made another weird one. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Go to Antonio.
You know, it was weird for me to have for a girl to have this name. Is it Charlie?
And Zaddeus.
I say Aaron. I can't remember her name.
Charlie is the correct answer. Antonio keeping the streak alive. It's 8-5. That rhymes. Didn't mean to, but it did. We get to the penultimate question, which comes in the category of the worlds of DC. At what type of location does Barry go back in time to so that he can fix the timeline where he's able to have one last moment with his mother before her death in the Flash? This movie sucked.
Yeah.
Not
Had moments, but when I say moments, I mean like moments. Like,
that's all it was. It was a movie of moments. That's all that happened. It was just moments like happened over and over again, and then the movie ended, and something happened at the end that was kind of confusing. But it's fine. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Zaddeus.
It just continues my slide. The conspiracy. I'm more of an Arrowverse person.
Right. Antonio.
Supermarket?
Supermarket is correct.
Oh, that was the question. Oh man, I was trying to be literal. So
Antonio in the lead 9 to Zaddeus 5. Antonio, if he hits this next question, will have himself a perfect round. But we will see what happens as the final question comes in the category of Disney animation. Finish this quote from Lilo and Stitch. Ohana means family, and family means nobody gets left behind or blank. We are looking for one word. Tense. Very tense. Gonna get answers in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Zaddeus.
I hope this is right. Forgotten.
And Antonio for the perfect round.
Makes more sense. I said abandoned.
Forgotten is correct. That Zaddeus will cut into the lead. Antonio just missing out on the perfect round, but still with a lead. Round number 1 ends. Antonio in the lead 9 to Zaddeus 6. But anything can happen as we get into round number 2 here. If the round number 2 is going to work, this is the wheel win. We have a wheel with 8 fandom categories on it, as well as spinners and opponent's choice. Each player will get a spin at the wheel. If they like what they spin the first time, they can keep it. If not, they can choose to spin again, but they will be forced to keep what they spin the second time. We get 5 questions in the chosen category, each worth 2 points apiece, unless you'd like to check down a multiple choice, in which case it'll only be worth 1, but be on the lookout as stealing is available in round number 2. Your categories on the wheel today are the MCU, James Bond, Law and Order, Disney Animation, Epic Adventures, Mixed Bag, Sci-Fi Icons, and Creature Features. With that being said, Antonio, you are in the lead. Would you like to spin first or defer to Zaddeus?
I will defer.
All right, then. Zaddeus, this will be your first spin.
Cool. Watch me opponent's choice.
It's the opposite. It's spinner's choice.
Yay.
Do you need the categories again?
Yeah, just get one more time.
You got it. It's MCU, James Bond, Law and Order, Disney Animation, Epic Adventures, Mixed Bag, Sci-Fi Icons, and Creature Features.
Just because this would be suck if it bites me, but I'm gonna go MCU.
All right, sounds good. Zaddeus, I'll be giving you your questions in the category of the MCU. Are you prepared for them?
Ready.
Your first question. Which MCU sequel features the drowning of a queen?
That is Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
That's correct for 2 points. Your second question. Who composed the score for Spider-Man No Way Home?
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are: is it A, Michael Giacchino, B, Henry Jackman, C, Ramin Djawadi, or D, Christoph Beck?
B. Was that Henry Gatman?
Yep. B is incorrect.
Okay.
Antonio, chance for the 1 point steal. Your options again are A, Michael Giacchino, B, Henry Jackman, C, Ramin Djawadi, or D, Christoph Beck.
A.
A is correct for a 1 point steal. Zaddeus, your third question in the MCU. In Thor: The Dark World, what does one of the children lift to show Jane, Darcy, and Ian the gravity effects before Jane disappears? General answer.
I don't want to. What? That might be too. Let me go a multiple choice, just because it may be more specific.
Your multiple choice options are: is it A, cement truck, B, shipping container, C, boulder, or D, forklift?
Cement truck.
That is correct for 1 point.
Yes. I
All right,
went that
Zaddeus,
truck.
your penultimate question in the MCU. What type of animal does Star-Lord think Rocket is when they first meet in Guardians of the Galaxy?
Start with what it is when he first meets the guy's house. It's That was the other one.
5, 4.
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are: is it A, bear, B, possum, C, raccoon, D, mouse?
Oh well. Raccoon.
That's correct for 1 point. I knew the difficulty in that would be that nobody would believe that that was a question being asked.
Yeah. Wait, did he say something else? Oh my! Did he call him something else at first, or what?
Zaddeus, with that, you've tied the game. It's 10-all, but you have one more question. Your final question in the MCU. In Captain America: The Winter Soldier, the final post-credit scene shows Bucky in what kind of location?
He's at the. The type of location that he's at is the museum.
That is correct for 2 points. In the end of Zaddeus' round number 2, he gets to score up to 12 with the steals. Antonio is at 10. But we will bring back up the wheel. And Antonio, this will be your first spin. Lands on sci-fi icons. Would you like to keep it or spin again?
I'll keep that.
All right. Sounds like a plan. All right, Antonio, I'll be reading you your questions in the category of sci-fi icons. Are you prepared for them?
Yes, sir.
Your first question. Which sci-fi icons film was the first to feature a villain called the Merovingian?
The Matrix Reloaded.
That is correct for 2 points. Your second question. Who plays the lead human character Noah Diaz in Transformers: Rise of the Beasts?
Anthony Ramos.
That is correct for 2 points. And the lead. Your third question. In the original Predator, what is the name of the CIA agent, an old friend of Dutch, who calls for Dutch's crew?
Dylan.
That is correct for 2 points.
If you want a full name.
Your penultimate question, Antonio. What specific model car does Doc Brown turn into a time machine in Back to the Future?
I'm literally watching that right now. DeLorean.
That is correct for 2 points. You guys thought raccoon was easy. I was like, there's an equally easy one coming up.
But I saw Back to the Future 1 yesterday. All right.
And Antonio, your final question in sci-fi icons. How does ghost skeptic Dr. Martin Heiss die in Ghostbusters 2016?
I watched the movie once. Multiple choice. Just be safe.
Your multiple choice options are A, he explodes, B, he's shot, C, he drowns, or D, he falls out a window.
He falls out a window.
That is correct for 1 point at the sweep of sci-fi icons. With that, Antonio gets his score up to 19. Zaddeus at 12. We have a 7-point game going into round number 3. Here's how round number 3 is going to work. It is the betting round. We have 5 more questions in the round of Fandom Fights. Once players hear the category, they can bet anywhere between 0 and 2 points on the question. If they get the question correct, they will gain those points. If they get the question incorrect, they will lose those points. We will play until someone is mathematically eliminated or we have reached the end of the match. Players, any questions we get in round number 3?
No questions.
All right, then. The first category you can bet points on is James Bond. Let's get bets starting with Zaddeus.
James Bond 0.
And Antonio.
Many old movies for me, 0.
Stats only. Here we go. Your question is, which James Bond film features the death of a character with the code name The Pale King?
Oh, I think.
For those who didn't see the bets being written down, Zaddeus made it rather obvious. 4, 3,
Perfect circle.
2, 1. Pens down. Go to Zaddeus.
Was it Spectre?
And Antonio.
It is a Spectre.
It is Spectre indeed, but no points gained, no points lost. Still a 7-point game as we get to the next category and get points on. That category is Pixar. Let's get bets starting with Antonio.
I'm slacking on Pixar, 0.
And Zaddeus.
I gotta go for at least 1.
All right. Your question in the category of Pixar. Who voices Ramon, owner of the paint shop in Cars? Quickly, I believe if Zaddeus hits this, we move on. If Zaddeus misses, it is over. Is palpable. 5.
Repeat the question.
It's going to be Zaddeus' first repeat. The question again. Who voices Ramon, owner of the paint shop in Cars? Any quotable things in this film that I will not say because it give many things away. Also, Zaddeus' shirt kind of looks like the opening crawl of a Star Wars film.
Not right.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with the Antonio.
Cheap Marin.
And Zaddeus.
I just want something that sounded kind of Italian. Mr. Ray Liotta.
And your winner, Antonio Chavez. Cheech Marin was the correct
Really?
answer. That was absolutely
Good job.
well, not Chong, but Cheech. So that was correct. Antonio played a hell of a match. Holy crap. He missed one question. He missed one question this entire match, and it was a Disney animated quotes question. So who can really blame him? Zaddeus played fantastic as well. Zaddeus has been on a tear. But when you play a guy who misses one question, it's kind of hard to beat. So congrats to both on a match well played. Let's see how they're feeling in the post-match interviews. Zaddeus, couple things. First of all, you are in a car and you have better internet than half the people who play here. So
Hey, yo, that was I will give credit to AT&T for it because
right.
I mean my internet is sometimes even when I'm at home it can be spotty, but now chef's kiss.
Great right now. Not sponsored, but yeah, shout out. Zaddeus, your last 8, this is your second loss, I think, in 7 or 8 matches. So
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty good record still. You're still looking at a very positive record over your past couple of years. You had a bit of a hump to get over from when you first started. And I think you've gotten over that, but to falter to a player like Antonio when he misses one question, I don't think is anything to be ashamed of. Zaddeus, how are you feeling about the match overall? And how to go for you?
Overall, the only thing I regret about this match is I second guessed it Raccoon. That's the only thing that's my only really bad thing about the match so far. Again, you said just a minute ago, when Antonio came to play. He came to play. So when the only question he missed was the AC one. Oh, also the movie one, the Clone Wars movie, the second guess. But then again, that's just one point. But again, Antonio came to play there, and all props to him. He got over that 500 hump, and now they just adds another go to my list. I gotta get back over. I gotta get back to 100 then I gotta get over 100. Again, like you said, I think it's gonna happen because that slide before it's never gonna happen again like that. So again, I just gotta restart the streak up now. So that's all that's gonna happen.
Well, you have a much shorter journey to get back to 500 than you did before. So, Zaddeus, if you keep playing, because you didn't play bad today either. You went 4 for 5 in round 2, got 6 in round 1. Maybe just some bad luck in round 3, not betting on a question you happen to know and then needing to bet on a question you didn't know. That's how it works out.
Exactly.
But Zaddeus, you keep playing like this, and you'll be back to 500 and beyond in no time. So, thanks for being here, Zaddeus. We'll see you in your next match real soon.
Appreciate it, man.
So, bringing our winner today, Antonio Chavez. I didn't realize until the match was over that you only missed one question, and I thought you were going to get to that perfect round as well. But yeah, the quotes and Disney combined may help your teammate win a belt, but apparently it's not the best circumstance for you. But outside of that, Antonio, you've now gotten back above 500, a place where I feel you belong. It sucks that you had to go through Zaddeus to do it, because I also feel like Zaddeus belongs there as well. But the caliber of player you are and the caliber of player you showed today shows that you should be above 500, possibly contending for singles belts. So how are you feeling about the matches? You said this was the start of the streak. Is the streak going to continue?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the categories you guys put for this year, it just pushed me to really just be like really hungry for like just more and more like knowledge, and also just hoping that knowledge helps me win a lot more matches. So I feel like this is the beginning of the streak. I'm always gonna be mad. I mean, okay, missing one question sounds like a big deal, but I'll always just be mad because that movie's on the list that I had with my stepdaughter to watch my fiance, Lilo and Stitch. I'm like, oh, and I like the movie too, so I'm always gonna be mad because I actually know that scene, and I'm always gonna be mad that I missed the damn word. But no, I'm really happy that I was able to make such a good effort today. The fiance also helping me watch Ocean's 11, so I'm glad that helped out today as well. So. I'm just really feeling good about this new season, all these new categories, and just looking forward to starting this new streak. Zaddeus was good; it was great, and yeah, just hoping that this really puts people on notice that hey, I really don't want to be stuck around 500 anymore. I really want to start really getting respect, be in a few more articles, so to speak. So yeah. Just bad for the win today, man.
Absolutely, man. You may have a chance to kickstart that streak. Depending on how you factor in multi-person matches, but you just beat one, you could maybe add 4 more to that, because the next time we will see you, we'll be in a play-in for the Summer Series tournament. It's a 16-person tournament. If you win this play-in, you could be the 15 seed. You'd have another win on your record, and that'd be 4 people in a row that you had to knock out in one go. So, is there anyone you're hoping to see in that 5-way play-in, and how do you feel about it in general?
Usually, tournaments have always kind of, in a way, maybe just nervous, not necessarily afraid, but just because again, it's everybody in the pool, and everybody I still feel like has proven themselves. As long as I've been in here, I still feel like I haven't yet proven myself. I understand I get the respect, but I just want to really get the accolades that come with it. So I just don't really want to play anyone from my own faction. I know I always say that, but just anyone else pretty much. And I just want to keep on. I'm raring to go, man. So I'm hoping that this tournament is also like another first, a tournament where I actually do make some noise and maybe hopefully get to the end. So that's
awesome. Well, yeah, Antonio, I think everyone can see you're raring to go. Fantastic performance today, and we will see you real soon. Catch you next time. That'll bring us to the end today. Fantastic performances from both players, but Antonio has clearly come back to play. I would be very nervous if I found him across from me in any capacity in the near future. And I can't wait to see Zaddeus back, whether he's in a car or at a desk or in a comfy lounge chair. He always brings the fun, does it for the people. So thank you to all of you. Thank you to Antonio. Thank you to Zaddeus for being here. Thank you to Tim for editing this one. And be sure to check out all the other great Fandom Fights matches. We are getting real close to the tournament. We're coming up on it, so it should be an exciting time. We'll see you next time in another exciting episode of Fandom Fights.